What's up guys? Welcome to Light Novel Exposure. Here we talk about all type of light novel and anime. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. So now in this video we will review what happened next. Before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. Today we're going to talk about High School DxD Season 5 Episode 3. So soon other guys beside these three will also receive a promotion as well. What you guys did is really magnificent. In terms of power, basically everyone is at a high-class devil level. Having servants like that in one group is very rare. Sensei says that. I see. So the other members also have a chance to get a promotion. He's right. It would be weird if we are the only ones to get acknowledged when all of us went through those intense battles. The fact that all of us went through death situations is the same. Akeno-san and Kiba stand up and bow to Sirzex-sama. Thank you very much for the promotion recommendation. This is a great honor which is too great for me. Sirzex Lucifer-sama, I will take this promotion as a Knight of Rias Gremory's group. I will also accept it as the Queen of Gremory group. I thank you deeply for acknowledging me for this promotion. Kiba and Akeno accepted the recommendation professionally. How about you, Aiz-kun? Sirzex-sama asks me. I also stood up and bowed my head down to Sirzex-sama. I will take it, of course. Thank you very much. To tell you the truth, I'm still shocked because it's something that I only dreamed about. But I would like to overcome it for my dream. I'm satisfied that I was able to live up to Bucko standards. Oh, it might be rude to call her by her name in front of Mao-sama. That's what I thought, but Sirzex-sama made a naughty smile and then said, Oya oya, Aiz-kun. You can call Rias by her name even in front of me. No, but, I tried to stay humble towards him, but Sirzex-sama continues happily. Ha ha ha, more like I'm telling you to call her by her name. I'm also happy, and looking at you too makes me feel at peace. Jeez. Oni-sama, please don't play with us. Rias stood up with her face red and was mad at him. Ah, she sure gets mad with a cute face. Ha ha ha, why not? Right, Grafia? Sirzex-sama asks Grafia-san. Grafia-san speaks with the usual cool atmosphere. Someone like myself has no right to say anything. However, I don't think it's bad to call each other by name in a situation like this. What? Even Grafia-san. Even. Grafia Wanisama. Even Rias will become silent if Grafia-san says that. Sirzex-sama nods his head. Yes, yes. And I don't mind you calling me Oni-chan, now call me that, Aiz-kun. Call me, Oni-chan. Slap. His head was smacked violently by Grafia-san's Harrison, Sirzex-sama. You are going overboard in a situation like this, one day. It will be alright if he calls you that next time. You are right. Maybe rushing things is the bad part of the males in Gremory. Cough. Sensei, who was laughing at the scene besides them, says it after taking a breath. So like that, next week the three of you, Aiz, Kiba and Akeno, will participate in the middle-class devil promotion test in the underworld. The test is earlier than I expected. Next week. That's all of a sudden. Kiba says that. Akeno-san continues after him. If I remember correctly, the test for middle-class promotion includes writing a report, a written test and a practical, correct? Putting the practical aside, I wonder if we will be alright with the report and written test? There's a report. Oh man, it even sounds like there is a written test. Will I be able to do it? I begin to get nervous. Sensei then says, don't worry. If it's a written test, then Akeno and Kiba will have no problem. It's basic knowledge and application problems for devils. And also questions relating to the rating game, so it's not something new. For the report, what do they have to write about? Sensei asks Grafia. Grafia-san took a step forward and explains. The report that has to be submitted on test day can be broken down to, what will you do when you become a middle-class devil? And write about your aim and greed as a theme. It's also popular to include about, what did you gain until now? In it as well. I see, so we have to write about our aim and what we have gained till now. I don't think I can write anything complicated, so I wonder if I can write about something clear and simple? But a report. Somehow it seems like a test in the human world. When I said that sensei looks at Sears-sama and spoke. Well, they are using it as a model, I guess? Sears-sama nods. The majority of the devils taking the middle-class promotion tests are reincarnated devils. Because of that, we use the tests in the human world as a model and apply it on the promotion test. I see. If I think about it, that would be the case. Lately there are lots of reincarnated devils, so the ones taking the promotion test would mostly be former humans. So they decide the test by thinking about that then. Sensei bangs on his knees and then looks at us. Anyway, the report will be due on the test day, so have that as your first priority. But eyes. Yes? Sensei points at me and then says. Besides the report, you on the other hand, have to study for the written test. Rather than the common knowledge, train your brain in a week so you can answer application questions. Rest assured, there are intelligent girls and guys around you. Rias puts her hand on my shoulder. Leave it to me, Eyes. I will teach you lots of things. Eyes-kun. I also want to check through the questions, so let's study together. Era. Then I will also study together as well. Kiba and Akeno-san also say that to me. Ooh, what a strong support. Having Rias and Akeno-san makes me feel reassured already, but the good-looking guy also wants to help me. What people need are good friends. But then, what about the last one? Then what about the practical? When I say that Sears-sama, Grafia-san and Sensei made a weird face and looked at each other. I don't think you need to worry about that. Sensei says it as if it's an obvious answer. But in my case it's something I can gain the most points in, so I was thinking about training for it. He said that, but Sensei waves his hands to the sides. That's why I'm saying that you don't need it. Just do the practical on the test day. You probably won't realize it until the test day. Akeno, Kiba, you guys also don't need to worry about the practical, so concentrate on the report. Yes. Akeno-san and Kiba both reply that. Both of you are all right with that. Are you serious? So I have to study for the written test rather than the practical, in which I can earn the most points? Well, in my case it seems like I won't get good marks for the written test, so studying for it is a must. Even so, I wanted to train for the practical. If I couldn't do anything for the practical on the test day, then that would be a great loss. I put my hand up because I felt nervous. One last thing. I know it's a really embarrassing thing to ask, but what would happen if I fail in it? Would we lose our recommendation? Sears-sama shook his head. No, that won't happen. Once you receive a recommendation, you will not lose it even if you fail the test next week. You can redo it as many times as you want. You won't lose your recommendation unless you receive a very bad result. Oh, is that so? That makes me feel better. So I can do it again even if I fail next week, unless I start a weird crime. This promotion requirement makes me feel very safe. I felt assured, and Sears-sama says it strongly. Also, I know that you will pass in next week's test, Eyes-kun. Eyes-kun. You might be feeling uneasy because of the sudden recommendation, but there's nothing you have to worry about. I received praise from Mao-sama. Is it true? Can I actually pass it? But I received a recommendation. I will live up to their expectations and I will take the test. And getting a promotion was supposed to be my aim. It happened while I was doing things without thinking, but this is an important chance. I will just go ahead and pass. I will do my best. I will definitely become a middle-class devil. And one day I will become a high-class devil. I replied by raising my spirit. Yeah, the road to becoming a harem king has opened. I will just go ahead and be covered in the bodies of naked women. I was burning with Eki dreams within my mind as Rossweiss stands up. Now, since the discussion is basically finished, I will take my leave. When I look, she has clothes on that seems like she's going somewhere. It has been bugging me the whole time. Rossweiss-san, are you going somewhere? When I asked, Rossweiss-san answers while looking far ahead. To Northern Europe. I'm thinking of returning home for a while. Northern Europe? Returning home? What's this about? I didn't know what was going on, but Rias seems to know about it. It's about that, correct? Rosweiss-san silently nods at Rias's question. Yes. Currently, I think I'm lacking power. There are many occasions where the Gremory team fights strong opponents. At this rate, I will become a hindrance. I'm thinking about increasing the trait of Rook. So she's going back to increase her Rook's trait? Sensei then asks her, Rosweiss, is there something you can rely on in Valhalla? Yes. There is a senpai of mine who is a professional in that department. It seems like getting points at magical attacks during the Valkyrie candidate test has been in vain. After the battle against Bell, it seems like there were things Rosweiss-san was concerned about and she has been regretting that she couldn't give it her all. Even if I say that, I think she left a good impression in the last match. She defeated 2 of the servants from the Bell team and she even made Cyroorg-san flinch because her magical attack went through. Magic and demonic powers are similar but different. Demonic power is a power that devils use with their own power to create natural phenomenons. It needs lots of power to turn imagination into materialization. To make complicated or powerful demonic powers into materialization, it requires a high technique to control them. Magic, on the other hand, makes the law of supernatural phenomenon occur by controlling it with rules and formulas. By deploying the magic circle, calculation becomes an important factor so you can calculate the rule and formula every time. To begin with, magic was originally a power so other beings besides devils could use demonic powers by their own law and formula. That's how it started. But now variation types of magic were created and it can do things that the demonic powers of devils can't do. Obviously there are demonic powers that can't be used by magic. Especially the ability and powers handed down by the pure devil's genes. Those are powers that can only be used by those from their clans. Like that, magic and demonic powers are powers that are similar but different. The power that uses magic is called magical powers, or power of Buddhism. Well, that's what I was told from Sensei and Rosweiss-san. So even I know basic information about magic. Though I don't know anything more than this. Sensei then says it. Looking at the balance of Rias's team, it would be good to have someone who uses magic. It might have been good to use a bishop, or pawn, to increase her strong points. Rias's team has overwhelming firepower, but looking at it as a whole, it has shallow defense and can easily be taken down by tricks and techniques. In past games and actual battles, the opponents aimed for those. In other words, the whole team has muscles even in their brains. Something like, defeat them, before getting defeated. Covering those parts with magic would be a good thing. Everyone made a bitter smile at Sensei's comment. Rias is also embarrassed and she has a red face. Well, his opinion is correct. Most of us are types who just go head on and fight and we get toyed with by technique types often. Sirzex-sama then says this. But there are many fans that prefer teams like your group. Strategy type teams and technique type teams are hard to judge at first glance and lack extreme fights, but expert fans like them. Sensei also nods. Yeah. So Rias and Cyroorg's teams should use their flashy fights to attract an audience while improving their strategies. That way in the future, the professional games will be heated up. Oh, so you can also look at it that way. So professionals also need to get an audience as well. I see. Either way, you need certain support to back up those powers. So will it be alright to send Rosweiss to Valhalla, Rias? Sensei asks Rias. Yes. If there are certain areas they want to improve, then there is no reason for me to decline it. Rias also agrees with it. Seeing that, Rosweiss gives her gratitude. Thank you very much. I have also made the test paper for the mid-semester test, so please don't worry about it. Rias and Akeno-san nod at Rosweiss-san's words. To be expected from her. Oh, now I remember. It's about time at the academy for the mid-semester test. That's right. It's about time that there is a mid-semester test at school. For second years, we have sports festival, school trip, school festival, and mid-semester test continuously for the second. Thank you so much for watching.